Welcome to the One NFP Financials and Financials Lite training on line allocations. In the Financials and Financials Lite products, you have a feature called line allocations. In the Financials product, you also have a feature called batch allocations. The difference between these two features has to do with when you have the information you need to allocate. So when you're entering a transaction and you know you need to allocate it and you know how it needs to allocate, that's when you can use a line allocation. A batch allocation is used after the fact. For example, you post salary throughout the month, and at the end of the month you calculate the percentage of time that each employee spent on different projects and reallocate the salary costs accordingly. This can be done automatically with batch allocations, but again, this is a feature in Financials, not in Financials Lite. So let's dive into talking about line allocations, which is available in both products. You access your line allocations by clicking Administration and Line Allocations. I'm going to create a new one, and let's just call this Example for training. Now, effective date, this is nice because as things change in allocations, I could have another example with a different effective date. So year over year, if my allocation changes, I have a record. My auditors can see how things have changed throughout, how I've been allocating throughout the year. All right, example for training. There can be a description that posts when you use this allocation. Let's just go ahead and put that in there. Now, you can choose whether to do a fixed percentage, fixed amounts, a combination. The reality is almost no one ever uses anything other than percentage. If you try and use an amount, then you've got to figure out where the remainders go, and it becomes complicated. So most of the time I think you're going to use a fixed percentage. So you can allocate on any of the elements in your account string. In my example, I'm just going to do an easy split across two programs. Let's say I have homework tutoring and literacy classes and they use the same space, and so they're going to share some certain utility expenses regularly. And on a 40% and 60% basis. So when I pick this, it's going to split those costs. So let's go ahead and go in and enter a transaction to see this in play. Let's go into the general journal. And let's find our utility. My utilities, and we'll just do Fund 100. I can put a program code here, but the allocation will actually override that. So let's put in, let's say we spent $98.99, and this is just going to come out of our bank account. Let's preview the distributions. That's a good habit to get into, to always look at your distributions before you post. Now this is without the allocation, it would post directly. Now let's go back and put the allocation on the line. Now we've got it split 60-40 across our two program codes. So that's line allocations. Thank you, and keep your eye out for more training.